Alright, so like you said, for those who I haven't met yet, my name is Justin. I just want to say a couple of words. I'm going to keep it short and sweet with you guys. First and foremost, I just want to thank you guys all for coming out and making this thing fun. I especially want to thank the parents of the bride and groom and everybody who planned the wedding for putting all the work in and making this a beautiful occasion. Let's give them a hand real quick, you guys. So many of you here, I've known Troy for quite a while. We were friends probably since we were about 10, 11, 12. I'm not 100% sure on the time we became friends because believe it or not, me and him used to not get along. We actually butt heads quite a bit. Just like stuff during recess and PD and I'll leave his dad's house, which I'm sure he remembers, but I won't get into it. It's water in the bridge. It's okay. But for those of you who have known Troy for a long time, you guys remember how hyper this kid was. Actually, kind of off the chain and super competitive. And we all know that Troy's a soccer player, right? So he's played soccer for his whole life. So at our school, he was that kid. He was a kid who played soccer, and whenever we played during recess or PE, you know, it wasn't that he had to win or anything like that, but he definitely will not lose. You know, and that's okay. But like I said, I've sworn under the bridge and I've forgiven him for his behavior. I say that to say this, you know, when you've known somebody for the amount of time that I've known Troy and you've been friends with somebody for that long, you really get to see that person develop and grow into the person that they end up being. And I can say from the bottom of my heart that Troy has grown to be one of the most loyal, I'm about to get emotional. One of the most loyal, down-to-earth, selfless, just genuinely good people that you could ever meet. And you know, I'm so proud to call him my friend and my brother. And that being said, though, he didn't just get there totally on his own. You know, he eventually met Kaylee, and Kaylee, who I've gotten the chance to meet and get to know really well in the past 8 years, and I know a lot of her friends and family up here who know her a lot better than I do, and have known her for a lot longer than I have. But one thing that I think we could all agree on is that Kaylee is one of the warmest, kindest, kind-hearted, just amazing people that you could ever meet, and I'm so glad to call her my friend as well. When they first started dating, you know, just like any relationship, it wasn't perfect. You know, they have their ups and downs. It's not a fairy tale, you know. And but it took work, and it took love and understanding and patience on Kaylee's part. They put in that work, and you know, they decided to choose each other, and not just choose each other to get married, but you know, they decided to wake up and choose each other every single day, and that's really what we're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate their love and their union, the bond that they decided to make. And with that being said, you know, I do just want to raise a quick toast to them. Troy and Kaylee, you know, it goes without being said, guys, but you know, I love you guys, man. Like, we all love you guys. We're so proud of the people that you've become, and we're so proud of you guys deciding to get married and make this commitment. You made it to this day, you know, and you made it this far, but this is just the beginning, and you have the whole rest of your lives ahead of you. You have a lifetime to go, and congrats, guys. I love you guys.
Setting the stage, guys. So I'm Sierra, I'm Kaylee's sister. This has been, I don't usually have any issues public speaking, okay? This has been extremely difficult. I've thrown away probably 30 pieces of paper Because how do you talk about people like Kaylee and Troy? How do you put into words just how phenomenal the two of you are? It was awesome. Anyway, sorry. Okay. That's why it took me so long. I'm sitting on the porch and like, oh my God, I'm gonna clean it up here. All right, so we know that Kaylee is just absolutely phenomenal, right? She is a diamond in the rough type of person. No, for you, Caleb. So, we're gonna move past this part, and we're gonna talk about the things that you guys may not know about, okay? So, Kaylee started her first career when she was about 2. I want to say it was 2, my mom can tell me if it was or not, but we found her behind the couch becoming a hairdresser. And she cut her bangs completely off. That was the first time we saw her boy cut. That was fantastic. She retired after the first cut. Anyone was curious, we didn't make it past that one. But there is a secret Kaylee has kept for years and years and years. Now all of you guys get to know this. So Kaylee, anybody that knows her well or has had the privilege of getting to know her, she will keep a secret. You can confide in her about anything. If you're hurting, she will listen. If you're excited, she will listen. And she's not going to tell anybody. You're safe to tell her. Just fantastic, because I was an intense sister to have. And when she was 4, I chose to shave her legs. Okay? So, when she was grilled and interrogated by our family, she never told on me. And she took the punishment and said she was the one that shaved her legs. The truth is, I did it. It was me the whole time. And then I know everybody knows Kaylee is a wonderful soccer player, right? She's been a fantastic soccer player, and she gets a majority of the credit. But there was a person in her life that would take her in the backyard, put her against a fence, and wail the ball at her as hard as she possibly could. That was me. And so she is very tough and wonderful, but kind, sweet, humble, graceful. I mean, any kind word you can say, that's Kaylee. But she is tough and she is fun. And she has to be both those things, because my brother-in-law is a lot of work some days. I have many wonderful stories of Troy that I'm going to keep to myself. But Kaylee and Troy started dating in college, which everybody said, and they spent a lot of time at Matthew and I's house as they started dating, and we had a lot of fun nights playing video games together, Worms, we played Worms a lot. But it was really fun to watch their love blossom and grow over these last 8 years. And honestly, I cannot wait to be an aunt and get to see So I'm so excited for you guys. This has been a wonderful day. It is amazing how patient and calm and mellow you guys have been all day long for 2 people that are not big on being in front of everybody. So you guys have done fantastic. And what a great group of people to come out and love on you guys and enjoy this day with you. So thank you guys for bringing us all together tonight.
All right, next up we have Kaylee's mom.
My name is Krista, for those of you who don't know me. So Kaylee and I met when we were back in high school. And if anyone knew us back then, that you would know that we were like inseparable. I think most people would have even hated hanging out with us together because we were always in our little like bubble. Mostly just uncontrollably laughing at like stupid things for hours. And it was always like the really like soundless laugh where you like don't make any noise. But anyways, it was just always a good time whenever we're together. Whether we're dressing up like boys for Halloween, enjoying our unlimited 11 o'clock pasta bar on our cruise trip we did, or just like the bare minimum of kicking around cardboard like a soccer ball for hours too. But anyway, once it came time to pick colleges, after we passed the opportunity to go to the same college, play soccer, and be roommates. How perfect, right? Well, that's when Troy came along. But I swear the first time that Kaylee saw him, it was love at first sight. I I remember you saying it to me, like, oh my God, who is that? And I think you added, he's so hot. And from that day, Troy was basically my second roommate. And a little full circle moment today that Katie actually mentioned was that I did her makeup on her first date with Troy, and it's just crazy that we did her makeup today on her wedding date with Troy. Some of the best years of our lives. We wouldn't have to beg our moms to have sleepovers anymore. We could eat whatever we wanted. But watching you and Troy together was some of the best memories. My most favorite is pretty much just like when me and Troy would gang up on you. Sorry. And Troy, you've become like a brother to me. Always looking out for us, even though I'm sure it was really hard. But that's how I know you're always going to be there for Kaylee as a husband. And I'm so happy for you guys as a couple. And just to see you guys from day one to how you are now, it's just amazing. And I can't wait to see you in this next chapter of your life and marriage. Anyways, yeah, cheers.
Everybody, first I want to thank everyone for being here to formally witness the marriage of Kaylee and Troy, as well as join in the celebration with us all. I know many of you have traveled from afar, and it means the world that you took the time to be here with us today. As I watched Kaylee and Troy go through countless preparations for this day, I kept reflecting on where they came from and the journey it took them to be here today. And then I got a little sad, because the baby of my family was growing up. As the parents in this room know, we love our kids with all our heart. I was blessed with two beautiful daughters, the older of the two, Sierra, who's the maid of honor, and Kaylee, who we get to celebrate on this special day with her and her wonderful partner and husband, Troy. For some of us parents, it can be hard to watch them grow up and become independent, not needing their parents as much. Watching Kaylee grow up never got easier. As she is the youngest of the two, the baby of the family, I wanted her to stay my little girl forever. But I'm proud to say that you, Kaylee, have grown into such a kind, caring, and confident woman, and has definitely come into her own. So that makes it easier to let you go. And to make it even easier, you have found the perfect partner in Troy along the way. Kaylee was very easy to raise. She was quiet, shy, but she was sure tough. She rarely cried, even when she fell down or got hurt. Again, she was a tough kiddo, and a beast in every sport she played. In fact, her dad, Kip, used to say she was the best little girl and the perfect tomboy he could ever wish for. He also encouraged her to play football. Like he did. But I had to draw the line there, and we compromised on soccer. And boy, did she play it well. Although her dad is not here with us today, and only had a bit over a decade with her, he absolutely loved and cherished her. In fact, he wrote this little song. And for those of you that know it, you can share it. You can sing along with me. It went like this. Kaylee, Kaylee, Kaylee Nicole Roselle. She's young and sweet. She's really neat. She's our family treat. I know he's looking down today from above with tears of joy, knowing his daughter will be loved and cherished by her husband all the days of her life. But as fortune would have it, she was able to have a second father in her life who also loved and cherished her. Charles became one of Kaylee's biggest cheerleaders, especially on the soccer field. In fact, most would attest that he cheered her on like no other on the field. And for those of you who've been on the soccer fields, you know what I mean, right? Life was inundated with soccer. In fact, it was pretty much all we did for years. We traveled and watched Kaylee through elementary, middle school, high school, and college, and we absolutely loved it. There's so many stories that I could share about Kaylee and Troy that we could be here all evening, but I'll keep it short. So when Kaylee and Troy were first dating, they were in college, as you know. Troy came to work for our family's moving company during the 7 months. Shortly after that, Kaylee joined the team as well. But Kaylee was so shy that we couldn't even get her to answer the phone. And when she did, it was almost painful. So we were able to get her to go work out in the warehouse. But that only lasted a day or two. And she took the leap and finally came in the office to work in customer service. Just like on the soccer field, Kaylee excelled. It didn't take her long to be one of the best move coordinators, except her sister, right? That we've ever had. As I watch her now in social gatherings, I'm amazed at how easily she can connect with people. And even on the phone, you do wonderful now. I've seen you. You do good. But Troy, on the other hand, was not shy. I think he came to work to prove something, maybe. I don't know if his kid was there, but I will say he was always very polite. But he was perpetually running late to work. In fact, I think he spent most of his paychecks paying for speeding tickets while he was trying to get here on time. However, it became obvious very quickly that he was a hard-working, dedicated, and committed employee. His coworkers really enjoyed him. They wanted to work with him, and he was very respected by the team. I sometimes wonder, though, if Troy was racing to work to see Kaylee, and the job was just the excuse, since she didn't really make any money that year. I don't know the answer to that. But watching their relationship grow as they've matured over the years, it has been just amazing to watch. As the two of you have grown, the one thing I've noticed that has never wavered is your love and respect for one another. In fact, it's only intensified. You are definitely the fun and caring couple that people want to be around and spend time with. Individually, you have touched many lives, but as a couple, not only will you touch more lives, but you will leave an impact on those you come into contact with. You are a special couple, and I'm so happy that you found each other. As the two of you embark on your new life together, as husband and wife, I wish you many blessings and all the happiness in the world. May you never go to bed angry, always begin and end each day with an I love you. So everyone, please raise your glass to Kaylee and Troy and the happily ever after.
Well, that's going to be a tough one.
You should have gone first, Charles.
That's going to be a tough one, for sure. So, you know that the last couple of days have just been absolutely amazing. The venue, the people, most importantly. You know you've really arrived when you walk into a bathroom, and the bathroom is the most beautiful place you've seen ever from a Western standpoint. So, well done, Kaylee and Troy. Finest venues that I've ever been able to be a part of, so congratulations. First and foremost, Tracy Light, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming and sharing the celebration of Troy together. Many of you have obviously traveled a long ways, some of you Alaska. And we know that there's challenges with that. We know that there's obviously situations of of trying to figure out hotels and those kind of things. And so a lot of time and effort went into that. So thank you first and foremost for coming, spending this time and sharing with Kaylee and Troy. I want to give a special thanks and welcome to Brian and Lydia. I should have looked at you because things are going to start happening. Your family, I just want to say thank you so much for your family and the joining of our two families. You are such a beautiful and amazing family, and we are so proud to be part of this special union of our two families. You've done such a beautiful job in raising a powerful, humble, kind young man. Well done. Troy is truly a blessing. You're picking up on something. I think I'm typically more emotional. Tracy's always carried herself with grace and risen to the occasion. I can do this all day long at work, but in an emotional situation, well, Tracy and I are so excited for the next chapter and experiencing all the joys of this union together. So Kaylee came in. Freight Train Roselle. KK. Kaylee Family Tree. Kaylee May Nicole Roselle. As probably has been pointed out, I wasn't shy on the sidelines. I felt like sometimes I was playing the game. I was reminded many times to, sir, I don't know who you are, but you need to get off the field. And I would remind the referee, that's my daughter. So back off. Your mom and I are so proud of you and all your accomplishments. You're such a beautiful young woman, not only on the outside, but your inner beauty is so kind and caring and generous to others. It's amazing. The shy little girl that never liked to be recognized for any award. Quite frankly, she won a lot of those. She never liked being the center of attention for anything. Hell, you didn't even know she was in the room. And when it came time to acceptance speeches for awards and accolades she had won, she certainly didn't like giving those speeches, especially in school. And when it came time to talking to all the college recruiters that were recruiting after her, I had a different couple of verbs in here, but she would just basically shut down and become numb. I don't know any other way to put it. Even though Tracy and I would spend hours practicing, coaching, when it came time to actually speak to the recruiters, the sweating would begin. The rosy cheeks would set in, to the point of literally becoming numb. But look at you now. Confident, beautiful, powerful, and amazing. I've always loved our time together. Fishing, hunting, hiking, climbing mountains. There was never any obstacle too big. She would take on anything head on. She was such a tomboy as a young girl, and such a great athlete. Actually, an amazing athlete. It was always fun to see her beat the boys at most of the sports that she would participate in. And I know for a fact, Troy personally experienced that. And that was quite awesome to watch. To watch this transformation of the shy little girl that you hardly even knew was in the room. To know and become now a beautiful, confident, patient, kind woman that will be changing children's lives one student at a time. Kaylee, your mom and I are so proud of you, and we are so happy for the next stage of your life, becoming an amazing wife and a teacher that will be changing lives through kindness and love and compassion. We are here to enjoy the journey as you set out to take the world on with your partner, Troy. You are truly an amazing, young, and beautiful woman, and your mother and I are so very proud of you. You're the best. All right, Troy. Before I go into your segment, I need to get a little clarification. I wasn't quite sure I heard it correctly. Krista, did you say that all of a sudden you had another roommate? So, I'm going to have to make a few adjustments to my presentation. There's a lot of internal congestion going on. So first of all, Troy, welcome to the family. We love you, and we are thankful for you in our lives. In every man's life, they are raised with certain beliefs and ideas about how they're going to respond and react to some young man that is trying to date their daughter. You undoubtedly will have your thoughts and approach to how you're going to respond to that first young man that is trying to be the boyfriend of your special little girl. In my upbringing and experience about boys was Mom, Charlie, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Troy Oliver. My nickname for him was Troy Matic. I didn't know how I came up with that, but it just felt right at the time. I had my game plan completely set and prepared. Be distant, not interested, and certainly not accepting. But as hard as I tried, something absolutely changed in my mindset. This young man was caring, funny, helpful, courteous, and most importantly, very communicative. I couldn't admit this to Kaylee. Certainly couldn't admit it to Tracy. I actually like this kid. He certainly protected Kaylee. They had such an amazing friendship and certainly had many things in common. His family was amazing, loving, caring. First time I met Lydia, competitive. I knew in that moment where Troy got his competitiveness. It didn't take long to realize that Kaylee would be blessed to be part of this beautiful family. And so as I look back on the times of getting to know Troy, we had many great experiences. Fishing, hunting, camping. I don't know the time that Troy even owned any arsenal, but if you were to go to his house now, it looks like kibbutz. He got every firearm that a young man could have. I can absolutely say that I'm proud to welcome you in this family, and without a doubt, I know that you will be a great life partner for Kaylee. We both love you, and we look forward to many experiences together. And now I ask everybody to rise. And I'd like to raise a toast to Troy and Kaylee in this very special union and their family. God bless you, and may joy bring life to you. Love you guys.
Sure how I'm going to follow up on you, Charlie. Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I don't cry. I mean, I can be pinched and headlocked and, manhandled and whatever, but I rarely cry. But that was one of the most emotional ceremonies that I've ever been through. Kaylee and Troy, and how special that was. I was tearing up like a little baby. And Matt, my oldest, said, "Dad, you were killing me. I was looking at you the whole time. You're crying. I didn't want to cry. But you're up there crying." So, but anyway, like everybody here, I'd like to thank everybody for an easy place to get to, and we really appreciate it. We also wanted to thank Charlie and Tracy. You guys are very special. You've been great partners in this journey together, and now we're family. And so we're looking forward to many more family events together. So really, it'll be great going forward. And I have to say, before Troy was born, I had never even held a baby before. I was like a Neanderthal. And I even looked at Lydia one time and I said, how the hell are you going to teach this kid to talk? They figured it out, dude. And so, fast forward to today, 28 years later, Troy's not only talking, he's married. But in all seriousness, I said this the other night, and we were talking about when Troy and Kaylee met, and we never heard about girls or anything forever, and Troy never brought anybody home to meet the family. We only heard about girlfriends through the grapevine, which is also known as Mackenzie. And one day he came home from college and he said, yeah, Mom and Dad, I met a girl. And we're like, you're really curious. And, it was new to us. We said, well, tell us about her. And he said, well, her name's Kaylee. She plays soccer at PLU, and she's really pretty. And look at Kaylee. She's stunning, right? And so, again, it's one of those things where it kind of blows me away that here we are today, and Troy and Kaylee are married, and it only took 8 years. But the good thing is that the 8 years, to me, tells me that it's a testament to their love and commitment for one another. It's what makes them special in my mind, and also serves as a really strong foundation that over 8 years, that obviously that is something that's going to make you successful long term. Because you've worked out a lot in 8 years. I mean, hell, I'm still, turning 60 and I'm still immature and Lydia's still trying to figure me out. But anyway, so Troy and Kaylee, I lost my train of thought here. When Troy met Kaylee, they're super competitive, right? Our whole family is. And we oftentimes play games and, love to play games and things like that. And I know, Troy's gonna be mad at me for saying this, but 9 out of 10 times, Kaylee beats Troy. That's about everything, And then, Kaylee's like, everybody has said, is super sweet and caring when she consoles him and like, Troy, it's okay, dude. And 2 hours later, Troy comes around. But dude, it's okay because Lydia's been kicking my butt for years. So, so you're in good company. So anyway, here's my advice to the kids, to the married couple. Always stay true to each other. Always share in each other's joys and burdens. Love in abundance. Laugh frequently, and always be each other's best friends. And when things just don't go, quite right, forgive always. And let's raise our glasses. I don't even have one. We love you guys. We're so excited for your future, and God bless.
I've been listening to everybody, and I'm thinking to myself, I have to come 2,500 miles to find out how former employees acted. I think, So anyway, but Troy, we feel that you've been part of the family for 8 years. And we just want to say, Manny and I want to say that we hope that this little gift will be the first of many great gifts, and I will be crying. Sorry, but it'll be the first of many great weeks that you and Kaylee will spend together. Cheers.
Okay, since Kate and Troy don't like you center attention, we're gonna take this up there. They're gonna tell you where they're going on their honeymoon.
Barbados.
Keep it short, sweet, but thank you guys all for coming. We love all you guys. You guys are our main people. Really appreciate you guys coming. Celebrating such a special day for Kayla. So thank you guys so much.
Okay. But I also just wanted to say thank you to everyone that gave such beautiful speeches. It really warms both of our hearts just to hear all the kind words you guys all have to say. I love every single person in this room so much, and just to look out and see all of your guys' faces is amazing. So, we are very excited for the rest of the night. So, yes, here we go.